There we go. What are we gonna get? This thing also has a much bigger scanning radius. Oh, that's a bit of a oh no, what's it going to do? Is it going to Oh. Oh, it did not fold up correctly at all. Alright, what's up YouTube? This must be Fast 775 Game. Come back to you guys on an episode of SNOWRUNNER on Season 17. Yes, guys, back out here again today. Today is going to be episode number 6, I believe. And today, guys, well, as you can see, I'm not where I left off in the last episode. And that is because today we are going to be attempting to get the new Voron truck out, and also just attempting to kind of get started with maybe one or two tasks. I don't know. We'll see how it goes, really. And yeah, for that reason, before I actually started today's episode, I actually went around and I set up a few trucks. That way we're actually prepared for today, which annoyingly actually took quite a lot longer than I thought it would. I've actually been playing for about an hour, just driving trucks out here. That way we can hopefully get this episode done, in a decent amount of time. Because yeah, it is a decent drive from the garage on the Zardanian Valley to actually yeah, get out to a lot of the places that are on this map. So yeah, going forward, I don't know really how this whole series is gonna work, if I'm being honest, because it could take us quite a while to complete this. We might not even be able to complete this entire region. You never know, because it's one of those regions. There's no direct routes. I feel like, especially on this map, it feels like everything is just very hard to get to. Well, not even necessarily hard, but just long. Everything seems to be in a really obscure place or something like that. I don't know. That's the best way to describe it, anyways. But yeah, we're going to be starting out here with the Tatra 805 actually here today, something a little bit different. And the reason why we're going to be using this, we're over here in the log station as well, just so you know. One of the tasks I want to try and start here with this job is this. Yeah, it's actually the one that's in the top right at the moment, called covering the bases. Essentially what we're going to do is, when we pull this guy out, we're going to go ahead and grab 3 oil barrels from up here. And, well, the Voron has to go up to the solar farm here. So we really don't have to drive too far with it, so yeah. And, yeah, then, yeah, we'll just head on up to here. So, yeah. I know I'm doing a terrible job of explaining things here today. I'm sorry about that. I'm a little bit wrecked, if I'm being honest. Just a little bit, yeah, tired, and I've had a lot of stuff to be doing for college recently, that's all. Come on, 805. It's been a while since I've actually taken this thing out. And, well, there's reasons for that. Obviously, it's not the most practical vehicle to be using all the time, but using it like this, nearly as a prototype exploration unit setup, the more I think about it, the more I think, hey, that's not a bad idea, maybe we should do this in the future. Oh geez, oh geez. Yeah, but then there are reasons why that, as to why I don't use this thing that much. This thing is incredibly fun to drive if you just want something to bash around in, but it's also quite easy to get stuck and flip if you're not careful, especially when you have the top engine in this truck, which this truck, the amount of power it has, it really has too much power for its own good, if I'm being honest. It just does. Like, it is extremely, and I really do mean extremely powerful. It's got like a LAS. What's the engine in this thing called? I think it's like the LAS TA260 or something like that. I forget what it's called, but I'm pretty sure it shares said engine with trucks like the TUZ Action and the Warthog, and the biggest truck that this engine goes into is the KRS Bandit, I believe. Which, don't quote me on that, because it's been a hot minute since I've used some of those trucks as well. But I'm pretty sure the KRS Bandit is the largest truck that has the engine that's in this truck. So that kind of puts it into a little bit of perspective. It's not really an engine for a truck of this size, you know. But yeah, another one of honestly the real big reason why I just want to take this thing out for a spin is because it got a pretty big update there at for season 17. They did quite a few things to it. They apparently reworked a lot of the suspension and, I don't know, the weight geometry on it or something like that. It's stuff that I don't really understand all that too well. So I'm not going to try and explain it. But apparently they did do some adjusting to it to make it more stable at high speed and stuff like that. It was also reclassified as a scout vehicle, which is extremely cool because it really didn't belong in the off-road class. Actually, hang on a second, I need to refuel. Let's just refuel from this guy whilst we can. Alright, we're good. Yeah, but they reclassified this thing as a scout truck, which is really cool because, yeah, it really did not belong in the off-road class. That's where it was since it was added in Season 3, I believe it was added. Wasn't it? I think it was Season 3. It was either that or it was Season 4. Oh wait, no, it wasn't. No, it was, yeah, it was between Season 4 and Season 5, actually. That's when it was added, I think. I'm pretty sure. Also, I'm doing some pretty sketchy stuff here. This railway line has a bit of a high banking here to it. I was thinking I might be able to get up on top of it, and that might help us speed down across here. Which, yeah, one of the things I wanted to do today as well is I just wanted to kind of drive up along this rail line here, just to see how easy it is to drive up alongside it. Because if it's, you know, reasonably easy to do that, this could become quite the cheeky, you know, bypass for us, because yeah, this railway line runs the entire length of the map. It doesn't cut straight through it, but it cuts fairly straight through the map. So this railway line, if we just wanted to like shoot up along it, could be a pretty decent shortcut for some things. I'm not too sure about it. It's definitely not much of a shortcut for this thing at the moment. It's kind of struggling to get through here. It's doing alright though. There isn't actually too many winch points in this little area though, I don't think, so, or at least it doesn't look like there is, so you might have to, so depending on the truck, you'd have to be quite careful about going through that section, that's for sure. There's also a little bit of a rock slide there, so maybe there is a mission to clean that rock slide, so maybe if we clean that rock slide, we'd be able to drive up the other side of the railway line there, or drive past on the other side there. You never know. Come on, there you go. Just drive up around them trees. Those trees are pretty close to the train tracks. Okay, oh, yeah, okay, we're good. Yeah, but things that they also did to the what's it, the Tatra 805 here, is they, because they reclassified it as a scout vehicle, they gave it autonomous scout winch, and they also, well, they gave it all the scout type winches, and they gave it the autonomous scout winch as well, so that's very nice. I've actually got the autonomous scout winch on it at the moment, which is just brilliant, because I remember using this truck a lot when it came out, and most of my memories of this truck from when it came out was just flipping this thing, because one of the things I'd tend to do would be use the off-road tires on this truck, and this thing doesn't have dualies or whatever, so yeah, it's really not stable, and it's a very fast vehicle as well when you're, oh yeah, see look at that. Yeah, it can be a very fast vehicle, especially if you put the highway box in it, which I would not recommend putting the highway box in this thing, because this thing just becomes, it becomes downright scary when you do that. Oh. Yeah, but, you know, driving up along train tracks here, it's pretty good. It's pretty good, to say the least. I'd say that could definitely be a pretty good shortcut, especially, well, depending on what truck we're using and how much cargo we have, you know. It might not be the best idea to use it for logging, let's say. And, you know, actually that was one of the things I was thinking about using it for, because, of course, the logging station is right there, so it's pretty close to where the logging station is. And then if you just drove up along it, if you can imagine, which there's certain spots here I'm not sure if we'd actually be able to drive on, but if we could, just be able to drive up here, and then you'd be able to get off, and there's a sawmill, so we could just drive straight down to the sawmill. But yeah, obviously we'd have to do all the kind of train track or railway line cleanup missions, which there's like 3 or 4 of them, I think. I don't remember, I have to go back and check. Come on, 805, there you go. Another cool thing that they gave this truck the, I would say, privilege of having is having a swappable trailer hitch. It can now have heavy and light trailers, or, you know, truck trailers and scout trailers, if you know what I mean. Which is very good, because originally this thing could only have truck trailers on it because it was an off-road class truck, which was ridiculous because it's nowhere near big enough to pull most of the standard truck trailers effectively. You know, you might be able to bring a small red sideboard with it, maybe, if you don't have too much cargo, if you don't have too heavy of cargo, you know. But I would say it's really just not, it's just not the play. I don't really know why you would use this thing for cargo transport. It doesn't really work that well. It does have a 1-slot sideboard bed, but you can't have a crane, so it is very limited on how it can carry cargo, and how much cargo you can carry and how you can carry the cargo with it. And you can't have saddle either. You could never have a saddle on it. So there was a lot of things that this thing didn't have, even though it was allowed to be an off-road scout. It was allowed to be an off-road class vehicle, which, yeah, there's just a lot of things that this thing had that didn't make sense, if I'm being, that's the best way to put it. I mean, it still has the swappable, it still has the heavy trailer hitch, or the truck trailer hitch, but, you know, I still don't know if I'd use it for anything. Okay, so we'll park this here, I suppose. That's an alright spot to leave it for the moment. And we're going to hop into the Tayga here. We're going to go get ourselves that Voron. Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to get the Voron. We're going to drag it up to here. Then we'll pick up 3 oil barrels. We'll bring the Voron and the oil barrels up to the transformer station. Or, not transformer. I think it does have to go to the transformer station part of the solar plant up here. Or the solar farm. But yeah, we'll bring the Voron up to its destination, and then yeah, I think we'll come back, grab the 805, and then kind of tow it with the Tayga here. And yeah, we'll bring those down to the research camp. Yeah, that's what it's called. So yeah, should be fairly easy, or fairly straightforward anyways. Hopefully nothing goes wrong. And then we'll see what we do after that. I don't know if I'm gonna have any more time to do stuff, which I would like to have a little bit more time, but, you know, for the first few episodes, we might try and take it just a little bit easier. I really just kind of want to get my you know, foot in the door on kind of on getting some of the tasks done. Just kind of get a little bit of a start, you know. Come on, make your way around there. There it is. There it is. That is, what's the name of the truck? I still can't remember the name of it. It's G-5352 or something. Yes. Okay, I actually got it. The 5352. A little bit more abbreviation. A little bit more abbreviated. than just calling out the numbers one by one. Alright, we'll just back ourselves in here. We'll pull it forward. Which, this thing needs to be repaired and refueled. I don't know how bad it is, repair-wise. Obviously, it's not too bad. It's still got a certain amount. We could have a completely busted engine, though, for all I know. Come on, let's go. Yeah, it'll be interesting to actually drive this thing, though, because this thing is supposed to be... well, you know, when I was, you know, watching some of some people do, you know, their reviews on this truck and stuff, you know, they were saying it was really overpowered because just like the RX 600, this thing apparently has a near non-existent collision box on the underside, so it's very hard to get it stuck on, for example, the loose kind of rocks that you generally have on these maps, and it's also very hard to get it stuck in mud. It just kind of cuts its way through mud because, combined with the very thin tires, and no collision on the underside, it just makes for, you know, like a, I don't even know how to describe it. It makes it like, I don't know, a hovercraft going through the mud. That's the best way I can use to describe it. I don't know. But honestly, that is kind of the way that the RX 600 has been feeling, because I was doing a little bit more driving with that thing off camera, and we drove it quite a bit in the exploration episodes, and that thing just absolutely flies. Like, it's not even, like, it's not you know, a particularly amazing truck on paper or anything like that, but it just, like, when we were using it, it was just brilliant. It just, you know, it was like, it felt like one of those trucks, just absolutely nothing could stop it. There we go. Come on. There you go. Okay, oh yeah, and also, because we're here now, I suppose we'll just refuel it. Because why wouldn't we? There's that, yeah, there's a fuel station right here, which is actually a pretty decent spot for this fuel station, I would say. It's kind of right in the middle of the map, you know? Actually, I don't know if I can refuel it from here, though. I need a truck with... Or can I... Oh yeah, I can do that. 380-liter fuel tank in that thing, so it's pretty big. Okay, we got our oil barrels all loaded up, nice and fairly neat, I would say. I don't think I'm gonna repair the truck just this moment. We'll wait until we get up. Yeah, we'll bring the Tatra 805 here in a minute, and then we'll repair it. That's the other reason why I have the 805. It's to repair this thing when we need to, which we should probably repair it now, but it doesn't really matter. Come on. I'm actually pretty impressed with the Tayga itself at the moment, if I'm being honest, because it is it's towing this thing very well, and we don't have the engine on it, which is very nice. We're not getting any engine assist at the moment, which might be smart to put on the engine assist here, but no, we're still going through quite nicely. Now, I do believe that this is due to, like I said, the non-existent axle collision on that thing. I do believe that is one of the reasons why this thing is pulling it so well. But I mean, it's still pretty impressive, because we probably still have a decent bit of tire friction that we're pulling. Probably, I don't know. I don't really know, if I'm being honest. I would have used, honestly, I would have used a 8x8 truck today if I could have. but I still have pretty much all of my trucks on Season 16. I still haven't recovered them. So, yeah. Because I'm a dummy. Yeah, I may have to turn on the engine assist because we're just kind of getting dragged back here at the moment. I don't know, it looks like he's partially stuck on something. Oh look, the fuel gauge has come back. That's actually really good though. We can tell how much fuel's in it. Also how much it's drinking, because it's actually drinking quite a bit. Drank 4 liters already. Okay. I mean, I can't say too much. The Tayga 6455B really isn't that much better. This thing is pretty terrible when it comes to fuel mileage, if I'm being honest. What on earth is this thing stuck on? Alright, there we go. Now we're cooking. Now we're doing stuff. There we go. Up we go. We'll attach and retach. Yeah, we just had to tighten up the slack there a little bit. That is honestly one pretty good tip I can give to people. Sometimes, you know, if, you know, a truck that you're towing is stuck on something in the mud like that, sometimes just just tightening up the winch as much as possible can put the trucks in a position where, you know, your towing vehicle may actually lift up the front of the vehicle that you're trying to tow. And sometimes that can actually quite help, especially when you're in like the mud. Now it does depend on the situation, obviously, and it depends on the position of the winch points and the height of your truck and stuff like that. But generally speaking, I have found that to be a pretty useful technique, and it does work most of the time, I feel like. Generally speaking. Alright, we're now at the... I forget which place this is. I don't know, is this the... I think this is the place that's known as the Retreat or something. So, yeah, we're here. Little Switzerland. I still find that kind of a strange name. I don't know why. Does that mean anything? I actually don't know. So we're gonna drive. Yeah, we're gonna drive over here. I'm driving on the footpath. We're not supposed to do this, but it's fine. Yeah, we're gonna drive through there because that whole sort of area that they have here is kind of blocked. It's kind of just not. They haven't finished building it, I guess. I wonder if we can actually fix that, because if we can fix that, that would actually be pretty cool. Fix kind of their stone path that they have kind of there in the center. If we could fix that, I think that would actually be pretty cool. Still have the earth roamer there from the last episode, which, if you missed the last episode, it wasn't all too exciting or anything like that. Just kind of some basic enough exploration. You know, we were just getting the final, I don't know, it was 2 or 3 watchtowers on this map. We also went around and grabbed a few points for a mission, and you know points that you had to drive to for a mission. We did a little bit of that, and yeah, other than that, not too much. We went and saw a couple of the sites on the map. Like, we went up to the temple, so that was pretty cool. I didn't actually look at it too much though, if I'm being honest. And we also, what else did we do? We oh yeah, we found I think the final upgrade as well. We found the last upgrade for this truck, so that was all pretty cool. And I believe we have to go up. We have to go up here. Okay, yeah. See, that's where the task is. So yeah, we'll drive up there. I think we need to turn you back on. I don't want to have to turn him back on too much because he'll use all the fuel. I don't want to refuel. I don't want to have to give up too much of the fuel that I have in my truck at the moment, or too much of the fuel that I have in the Tatra, because they're both pretty fuel. Both of them are pretty fuel thirsty. Especially the Tatra. I feel like I probably should have changed the engine in it. That truck is too powerful for its own good. I said it before, but like with the top engine in it, it really is kind of just too powerful for its own good. Like, just to put it into perspective, I've been able to do all-wheel drive wheelies in that thing. Like, I've been able to just stomp on the accelerator, and well, you know, you know, it does take a little bit of finesse to get it to work sometimes, but I have been able to make that thing do wheelies with all-wheel drive on. With all-wheel drive on, I don't even have all the power being sent to the rear wheels. I just have it. Yeah. Yeah, the engine that's in that thing is too powerful. It just is. I mean, it wouldn't be so bad if it had a little bit more weight to it, but it just doesn't. Just doesn't. Come on, Tayga, there you go. There you go. And this is the transformer area for this, for the, whatchamacallit, the solar plant. Yeah. Okay. So this is pretty cool. Now, I believe we have to back it in over there somewhere. Hang on a second. Yeah, it has to go there. Okay. Well, we'll go get the Tatra here, and we will repair it first. Hang on. We'll pull it in here a small bit more. Alright, guys. Here I am. Just scoot up beside this guy here. We'll repair him, and I might actually just give him some of the fuel out of the prototype trailer here, just because I'm cheap, I guess. So, repair, Voron G maintenance frame, or not maintenance frame, it's called maintainer frame on this thing for some reason. I don't know why. All that stuff's fixed. Yeah, just had a little bit of damage everywhere, really, and the tires seem to be okay, so that's cool. And then give it a little fuel. Okay, so that's good. Now, I don't think I can turn the engine back on. I think I do still have to, I'm gonna have to push it into that box, aren't I? Okay, I had to pull it back because I couldn't turn it when I was pushing it. And there we have it. Voron G-5352. You've got a sturdy rig, having pulled our little truck out of the water, and thanks for the repairs and the fuel. Since it's going to be scrapped soon anyway, maybe you could take it off our hands for now. We're a bit short on space to keep 2 trucks here. Where's the second one? I don't know where the second one is, but I don't see it. 470 XP and 4,700 cash for that, so it's not really all that well paid, I suppose, for pulling that thing out. But then again, I mean, we didn't have to bring it far at all. It was a very easy recovery mission, if I'm being honest. Very easy indeed. But yeah, we got it. Let's hear that start up. Almost sounds like it's got the same engine sounds from the Voron, what's it, D series. That air compressor sound is definitely from the Voron D series, isn't it? You know, well, not compressor, but blow-off valve or relief valve. I don't know. Yeah, that definitely sounds like the Voron D series. Which I'm not really too surprised if the sounds on this truck are completely recycled, because the sounds on the RX 600 are recycled from the White Western Star. Like, they're literally the exact same sounds. They're no different at all. There's a horn. It's just a kind of a standard enough beep sound. Okay, that's cool. But we'll have to leave that here until probably the next episode. We definitely have to drive it in the next episode. I'll recover that back off cam. I'll recover that to the garage off camera, and you know, probably mess around with it a small bit before next episode. But I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, that'll be a fun thing to use in the next episode. Hopefully, we'll be able to use that to do something, I don't know, pretty big or pretty important. I don't know. But yeah, for now, let's go ahead and complete covering the bases here because, yeah, it's what we're kind of set up for doing here. All right, guys. So I'm just down, you know, just kind of at where the kind of entrance here to the solar plant is. Aurora. Oh, Aurora. Oh, that's a pretty cool. That's actually a pretty cool company name. Solar power station. That's cool. Like the Aurora Borealis, you know, like the Northern Lights, I guess. Oh, shoot. Oh, jeez. That the Tatra was riding on its rims there for a second. Okay. Want to be a little bit more careful about that. But, yeah, what was I going to say? I'm not sure if I'm supposed to take this road or this road to get up to this research camp. So what I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to make a little bit of use of this radar trailer here, and we'll do a little scan. There we go. What are we gonna get? This thing also has a much bigger scanning radius. Oh, that's a bit of a oh no, what's it going to do? Is it going to... Oh, it did not fold up correctly at all. Well, in all the years that I've played this game, and I'm assuming that bug has probably been there since this thing came out, I've never seen that happen. How have I never done this? Okay. Now I really want to see what happens if I, Oh, okay, so I was right in being suspicious there. We do have to go up this way. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I guess we'll take up the trucks one by one then, because there's no way I'm going to be able to keep the Tatra on its wheels if I tow it with this thing. Also, I need to mark the route because I have no idea where this is going. Yeah, jeez, this is a steep bit of road here. Come on. Okay, it's struggling to get into gear. That's how you know when it's steep. And that is one tight turn. Okay, just let it roll back. Just let it roll back. Yeah, brake, 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 and go forward. There we go. It's pretty good. Yeah, geez, you want to be careful getting up this, wouldn't you? Okay, hard left. I don't think we're going to have the turning circle to get up that. No, we are not. Okay, so just let it roll back. Just let it roll back. This is sketchy. This is real sketchy. Come on. Just put a little power in there. Okay, yeah. Yeah, not too bad. Ooh. No, we're good. We're good. Yeah, we're good. We're alright. Okay. Okay. I was a little bit worried there for a second. Ooh. Yeah, no, not too bad. Yeah, I was a little bit worried there for a second. This truck hasn't always been the most stable for me, so, you know. Yeah, because the Tayga 6455B, it's not always the most stable vehicle in my eyes anyways. I mean, it's definitely not going to be, especially when it doesn't have the Tayga mud tires on it. When it has the Tayga mud tires on it, you know, the balloon tires, it's extremely stable, obviously. Well, for the most part. But then, you know, using the balloon tires isn't always the most practical. You know, they're not always the most practical thing, since they kind of soften up your suspension and they kind of reduce your ability to carry heavier loads. So I honestly, I've kind of I'm kind of in a state at the moment where I'm when I see, you know, the Taygas, and I think to myself, what tires should I put them on? Should I put on the Taygas? I kind of always think to myself, no, for the balloon tires, because in most cases they're just not very practical because of the way they soften the suspension on them. Also, I'm going to throw this radar up again, or should I? How much fuel is in it? Because I don't want to use it if there isn't enough in it. No, it's all right. We're fine. Yeah, we'll just activate this radar again here and see if it fixes itself. What's it gonna do, actually? That's a good question. Is it going to... Oh, it's not going to fix itself, is it? Well, maybe. And never mind. It's fixed itself. Hey. Okay, nice. That was kind of a waste of a scan, though, if I'm being honest. I should have probably driven a little bit further up here. Oh, well. I mean, the chances are the trailer's going to disappear once we drive through the box with it. There's no way it lets us keep it. There's just no way. Anyways, let me just get this up here, which might be easier said than done. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about when it comes to, like, the Tayga balloon tires. There are certain situations where they're just not practical, and like I said, they do soften up the suspension for the most part, so that just to make it so that they can go through mud easier, and you know they can have a bit more suspension flex and stuff like that. But it also means, you know, because they're kind of a very flat tire. They're kind of a very flat and low pressure tire, and they don't have too much, you know, kind of tire wall to them. It also means that, generally speaking, they're not very good on solid terrain. They're actually quite bad on solid terrain a lot of the time. Oh jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez. I can't believe I just saved that. I can't believe I just saved that. That was brilliant. That was... Okay. Let's not do that again. Come on. Just get up. Oh, yeah, there you go. There you go. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. Alright, and here we are. Just drive in here. I'm assuming it's just gonna kind of stay parked here, maybe. Yeah. It's just gonna stay there. Oh, look, it opens up. Okay, that's nice. Is it gonna spin around? It probably will, I don't know. Covering the bases, nice. Just like we hoped. The signal's coming in clear now, and since this setup works as a relay, nearby villagers, or villages, why did I say villagers? Villages will get much better coverage too. Well, thanks for your hard work, and here's your pay. Let's stay in touch. So 710 XP and 7,650 cash for that. So yeah, I would say that was a decently paid job. I'd say not too bad at all for that. But yeah, I think I'm gonna finish up here today, guys. I would have liked to have done a little bit longer of an episode, but you know, realistically, we're not really in a good position to get any other jobs done, if I'm being honest. That's the real big problem at the moment. I need to get more trucks, you know, just kind of spotted all over the maps. That way we can, you know, have trucks at different areas at different times. That way we can, you know, I guess get to things and quicker and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to do a little bit more thinking about how I'm going to strategize this region, because yeah, it's kind of stumping me at the moment. But thank you all very much for watching. Today's been a pretty good episode anyways. We got 2 jobs done at the very least. So it's been not too bad. And also we got to play around with the 805, which, yeah, like I said before, it's a pretty fun truck, but it just doesn't have that many uses. I do quite enjoy actually driving it, but it just, you know, you just don't really, it just doesn't have too many uses in the game. But it's definitely better with the upgrades that they added to it. It definitely has probably a little bit more potential now, especially with autonomous winch. Like, that's just brilliant, because before, when I flipped this truck, like I used to be flipping this truck all the time, and it was just not fun. But anyways, thank you all very much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll hopefully see you all in the next one. Goodbye.